Yeah, we can get local music.
Exactly. The beat. All right. Don't worry, this is not an ambush. Feel very welcomed.
Oh, hell yeah.
Very welcoming.
Yeah, we like it here. We do have a really good lavender syrup, which I really like. Kind of the lavender vanilla is kind of a really good flavor combo. But like,
I love lavender. It's my favorite.
there we go. That's like, I think that's one of the nice like.
Let's do some lavender.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that sounds good.
Are you into like milk, a bunch of milk in it, or not a bunch of milk?
I'm into a lot of things. Not a lot of milk though.
Fair.
Oatmeal, oat milk, not oatmeal. Oat milk. Do you have that?
Yeah, we definitely do.
Yeah, it's easier on my stomach.
Okay. I'll get a hot coffee, lavender vanilla with a little bit of oat milk.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Large or small for that?
The largest one you have.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
And for the lady?
For the lady, yeah.
What do you have?
I'm gonna say I was not listening at all, but I heard lavender.
I did say lavender.
Let's go for some.
It's the lavender show.
The lavender show.
Let's do
Okay,
that.
yeah, let's do some
Hot
lavender.
coffee too, or cold for you?
Hot coffee.
Absolutely. Same thing then?
Cream, no sugar. And,
Got it.
So yours will be a little bit different.
yeah, so we'll be able to,
Seasons Cafe and Tea House. The most wonderful, beautiful place on this strip. But we also got other advertisers over here. This is like the most happening part of town right here.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yes, so that's a library ladies from Troy. They come and they curate that shelf. And any donation that you leave for the books just goes straight to them. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, we like the library ladies.
We lied. It kind of is an advertiser ambush. Followed with the perk.
Advertiser ambush.
Yeah, it just became one.
Tell us about some of this.
Oh, well, we've been here for a couple of years. Oh, that's our owner. She went to the first Starbucks ever, actually, back in Seattle. But,
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
she designed that blend herself and stuff. She loves her coffee, of course she does.
Yes.
That is cool. That is cool.
And all the shelter dog coffees and stuff, they're named after dogs that she's had too.
And what I never understood is the
It's
notes.
almost cream.
Because obviously it's not flavoring, it's the notes.
Yeah, I guess.
How do you get the
it is.
notes without it being flavoring?
Right. I think it's about what kind of beans you use and also how you roast them too. Is it a different flavor or whatever you cook into it?
Huh,
Yeah.
Okay, I got these.
You got these? I was going to get these. But yeah, go ahead, get them. I got you next time then.
Okay. Blue blend. It's like Blue Dream, bold, strong, dependable, yeah.
They have coffee for your dogs.
That's cool. Nice. Cocoa, sweet and mellow.
This lavender is really good.
Very good. I'm glad.
Oh,
Lavender's a good one.
It, like you could taste the color.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love tasting colors. It's like that purple drink that you used to have.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's got a really nice,
That's really good.
splendid
Yeah.
taste.
Thanks,
Like
guys.
that. I like that.
Well, because it became an ambush, all you have to do is give the world some kind of message of hope or something like that, and everything will be fine.
Fair enough. Well, come to Seasons Cafe because we're always pretty positive.
Yes,
How's that?
that's the vibes I got.
Pretty much.
Had to see Jim Barrett, and he talked our ear off so much that we're almost done with our coffee, so we're gonna go get a refill here at Seasons.
All right.
Sorry, ladies, I'm married. Oh, that's a guy.
Well, sorry, guy, you're married.
Dude looked like a lady.
You look like a lady.
I
And
gotta turn that down.
turn that down.
What were you listening to though here?
Oh, it was
Which one's the
this
volume?
right here. Yeah, that's there. That Proto Martyr. Because like I said, I never heard of it before, but my buddy, he wrote the poetry, and I thought it was his poem, because I hate that, man. You ever hate that when someone writes a poem and you're like, wow, that shit is fucking awesome, and then they're like, no, it's a song.
Oh yeah.
It's like, like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I know what you
Do
mean.
that? Come on.
Dreams by Langston
like you
Hughes.
need to notate that it's a song. You need to say, okay, this is a song. Like, don't just use that shit. And but he's an asshole. He doesn't care. He's like, whatever. Screw you. So he told me about the band, and they're all right. I kind of feel like post-punk, and this is going to be a controversial opinion, but basically post-punk is basically the Cure, and anything, not the Cure, but anything that rips off the Cure afterwards.
Rips off the Cure.
Yeah, is post-punk. That's what I think. And someone's going to bitch about that, but I don't care.
I don't care about, he's telling us to go, and then he give up on you.
Yeah. This guy ain't even stopping.
That is a stop sign.
Right? Come on.
I don't know. I don't really think about genres so much, but I do think about the genres that I don't like.
Yeah, right.
Like pop punk.
Pop punk, yeah.
That is an abomination. Those two words together.
Yeah. It's oxymoron.
It doesn't sit well.
They don't fit right.
Now, Blink-182, the thing is, Travis Barker is actually a real punk rocker, and he plays in some real punk rock bands. Blink-182 has like 3 good songs. I don't know why. I don't know why like it's such a big deal. Like they got back together and their tours are so big. I never want to go to another Blink-182 show ever again.
I feel like this with Blink-182. I like their music. I think they are a tight band in terms of like, they can play well.
Now they're like 55-year-old
Yeah, they're
guys
55-year-old guys
on stage singing about being 18 and 23.
That's weird. Yeah, that's a little creepy. But they're a tight band. Like if I listen to Blink-182, they don't make me lose my mind. But at the same time, I don't know if I would call them, they're punk and maybe the most basic root like music level, but they don't feel like it in spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't feel like. But then, were they ever punk and then just got mainstream and then suddenly, because they're mainstream, they're not punk no more? Is that what happened?
I think they were always this pop punk kind of thing. As far as I know, I don't think they were ever like a real punk rock band. Some people would argue that pop punk is real punk. And these days, though, what really hurts my feelings so much is that the younger, kids in their 20s and stuff like that, they don't know what real punk rock is for the most part. A lot of them think Blink-182 and Weezer are, punk rock bands.
I feel like punk rock is basically Blink-182, but they only got a 4-track, audio tape thing to record themselves. That would be more punk than, what they actually are.
Maybe it's more punk to actually go against the grain as a punk rocker and actually like Nickelback.
Yeah, maybe all the Nickelback fans are actually punk rockers. Well, a punk rocker would just basically do whatever the hell they want, and they wouldn't they wouldn't care what you think. And I like Taylor Swift. Oh, you're not punk. Oh, screw yourself.
Yeah,
I like Taylor Swift, and I don't care. Whatever. Cool.
That is actually like a true punk rock. Punk rock is an attitude.
It is.
I can never bring myself though to listen to Taylor Swift.
I have not listened. I would not know what Taylor
I got a
Swift.
lot of respect for her as a musician. I hear she's nice. Somebody I know, their son was like her chef on the road or something.
Oh, wow.
Apparently she's like a really great person. But, just the music boring. That's the thing to me. All right, so I make fun of like Fly 92, pop stations that, just play like today's hits. I make fun of it. But I will tell you this. I do personally believe that a lot of these musicians that back these artists, because mostly they're just vocalists.
Oh yeah.
I think they're stellar musicians, and I think the vocalists, honestly, are probably way better than the vocalists that I listen to. The problem with that music, to me anyway, is it's just boring.
Well, it is.
Boring.
And
you want to listen to wedding music?
This is like part of the thing is the industry, they want something that can be accessible to all people. So, what's accessible to all people? Basic plain oatmeal. That's accessible to all people.
Yeah, For real.
So, and that's what they end up doing. They end up creating melodic oatmeal for everybody, and then you know, and of course, and the thing is, the players and musicians, they're some of the most talented people going.
No kidding.
But they're being asked to play very basic. You know, they fall into these patterns and stuff.
Here's the thing, all right. So like, I've been writing music like my whole life. I'm pretty sure I could have written a hit song if I wanted to. Matter of fact, one of the things I did was write a Snapple jingle, as I mentioned in the past, but that's what, you know, that was like the first thing that got me into radio. I only bring that up because, yeah, I made money. And that's the thing, is like, I personally am more of an artist and a friggin' music snob. I'd much rather be broke than have a hit record sounding like Justin Bieber or some shit. So
I would rather.
I don't want to do it.
I would rather be broke.
Keeping it real.
I would rather be broke than sound like Justin Bieber, but I would, if it was to the point where I had an eviction notice tacked to my door, I would be Justin Bieber all day.
And that's
You know,
probably
like,
most.
There's a certain level of like, you can afford to be a certain amount of poor in the world. You know, like if you have an okay job, or you're making ends meet, and you know you don't, yeah, you could say, okay, well, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm gonna hold out for artistic integrity. You could do that, but I mean, a lot of people are coming from, you know, having nothing their whole lives, and then someone waves around like, you know, 6 figures in their face or more, and you know, they're just like, they're not looking at artistic integrity, because you know the world of artistic integrity never cared about them.
Yeah.
So you know, it never turned the power back on for them.
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
I hear that. So I mean, the only big check I ever got from music was from my Snapple jingle back in 1994-ish.
How much?
And you know what though? I wasn't trying to be a commercialized little asshole. I actually truly just loved Snapple.
Word.
Back then, you know, so I believed in the product. But you go back to the 90s, a lot of like the kids nowadays, they have no idea. When you used to go into a store, you didn't have just a whole aisle full of all these different drinks and choices. You had your Cokes, your Pepsis, your friggin' Nesteas, which are gross, and or Lipton, I think I'm thinking of.
Dude, I would have sold my soul to represent fucking Arizona iced tea. I would have sold my soul to represent them, just for the whole principle of musically representing Arizona iced tea.
Well, as times have changed and more companies came out with more drinks, there became less shelf room for Snapple. Used to go in, I mean, it was like you had
God.
tons of different flavors. Now you got like the basics. And honestly, I had free Snapple for like 3 years of my life, but I gave up on Snapple now that they use those nasty ass plastic bottles. It definitely tasted better in glass.
Oh yeah.
So, anyway, end of rant.
Oh, dude, new rant, new totally different topic.
New rant, new topic.
New topic, new rant. Okay.
Clean up these streets. Fix
So-
those potholes.
These idiot conspiracy theory people, and I mean, I don't want to name names beyond that,
Name.
but they
at
used
least
to
one.
say names. Liam Sweeney.
Liam Sweeney.
I can say my name. Now, there are people like, oh, the humans and the dinosaurs all got together, and they lived in the same time period, and all the science people were like, oh no, you're stupid, you're an idiot, you believe in something that the science doesn't back. Just today, I'm seeing on social media that they have found that the ancestor to us, dogs and bats or something else, like there was an old ancestor to all of us that was chilling with the dinosaurs when it was about to go extinct for a little while. So our ancestry was chilling with the dinosaurs
Could have been.
back before. Well, the thing is, at first I saw it on one thing and I'm like, no way, that's bullshit. But then I saw it on another physics.org site, you know, so I know it's a science page, it's a specific science page. So yeah, apparently we were with dinosaurs. I don't think that like me and you like looking like we do and being like
a
we
different homo.
Yeah, like, I mean, it
Whatever.
probably looked like
The different homo.
it probably looked like a damn platypus.
Right,
It was probably
right.
some kind of platypus thing. But it was our ancestor. It was our great Uncle Charlie.
No kidding.
And it was hanging out with dinosaurs back in the day before they went extinct.
I I think they just keep because of technology advancements, exponential and all that. They just keep discovering new things. Like they found a new like Stonehenge somewhere like the other day. They keep having to kind of rewrite the timetable of things, and it just confuses everyone, honestly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like, I mean, I look like this when people say, oh, you're rewriting history. I kind of look like this. Okay, well, if history was wrong in the first place, then you should rewrite history, But I mean,
and then rewrite it again,
and then rewrite it again when you find out more stuff and more stuff.
Right.
I mean, I get it. I understand that you want history to be right, and we only knew so much back in the day, so we're learning now. But it's funny how people said we used to hang with the dinosaurs, and then they said no. Now they're saying, well, kind of.
Well, there's like an early video circulating around. I don't know the authenticity, of course, but it looks legit. It's like it looks like it's filmed on one of the first like film cameras, and it's like somebody filmed like woolly mammoths like just walking around like
oh, wow.
with people. So that would have had to have been like what, the late 1800s?
Yeah, right.
Because of the camera.
I don't know if I'm willing to believe that.
It's a cool video.
It's a cool video.
They're
I'm
probably
sure it's
dressed
a cool
up
video,
some circus elephants.
Like the early history of deep fakes.
But how do you put a whole suit on an elephant?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's
right.
got to be really tough to get him dressed.
He must be a very domesticated elephant.
Speaking of woolly mammoths, we're about to drive to Cohoes. They found a couple of them there, didn't they?
Yep, the Cohoes mastodon. I don't know
Mastodon.
how many.
Is that the same thing?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
is that like a crocodile alligator thing?
Yeah, mastodon, mammoth. I mean, like probably if you were looking at them and you weren't a scientist, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. So neither one of us could tell the difference.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we're gonna say mammoth, but it was a mastodon. But yeah, so they got that.
Well, you brought up, like the conspiracy theorists. That's something that kind of irritates me. That all conspiracies kind of get linked into each other all together. So, they want you start thinking outside the box, or maybe there's something to it. You're a tin foil hat wearing, nut job. But I don't know. Flat Earth, yay or nay?
Nay.
Bigfoot?
Yay.
Yeah.
Absolute yay.
UFOs?
Yay. Yay, but it's kind of like I don't know why the hell they would be here because, look at us. Like, what kind of a prize are we? You know what I mean? Like, why would they have any interest in us if they're like advanced enough to have spacecraft that can fly the galaxy? But hey, I don't know everything. Maybe there's something. Maybe they're milking our eligible young bachelors, and we just don't know about it.
Maybe
the whole story of incubus and succubus is really alien milking harvesting programs. Could be.
It's possible. What about like cryptids, like mermaids and stuff like that?
I believe there's stuff. I definitely believe there's stuff out there that we don't know anything about. Like, it's like this: the mermaids, all this kind of different stuff. Like, it came from somewhere, even if it's made up. Somebody said, okay, human with the somebody saw something and said that looks like a human with the lower body of a fish. So there's got to be something. There's some people say manatees. They saw manatees and they thought that was humans with fish bodies. I don't know, but all this stuff comes from somewhere. I just think like the biggest conspiracies are ones that aren't popular. Like nobody really even knows about the big conspiracies.
Right, right.
Also, a lot of conspiracies, I mean, when you're talking about like government conspiracies and shit, a lot of them are straight up open and people don't care about them. Like they do stuff right out in the open, and you would call it a conspiracy if you stepped back and looked at it, but nobody looks at it. So it's like, oh well, we don't care about that conspiracy. We only care about the conspiracy that birds aren't real. Well,
yeah, right.
We care about that conspiracy. We care about lizard people.
Well, that's the thing, and first of all, a lot of people that really believe in these lizard people.
I know, that's crazy.
Is that what they're called?
Lizard people, yeah.
So I was talking to this rapper out in Hollywood, and I forget his name, but we were talking for a few weeks. Pretty cool kid and stuff. And he told me reptilians. That was
reptilians. Okay.
He told me actually that that he witnessed reptilians actually like morph like out there in Hollywood. And they got a lot of weird stuff going on out in Hollywood, Scientology, like, and all that stuff is kind of strange to me too. But I don't know.
I don't know. This
maybe
one,
he just took some.
maybe he took some good
something.
shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. This one, I look at it this way. This one, I know the origin of. That's why I don't believe it, because I know where it comes from.
Okay.
The whole reptilians infiltrating our higher levels of government. It comes from the show V from the 80s.
I remember
because
that
that's
show.
literally what they were. And some people will say, well, V was created to show the conspiracy. No, the conspiracy. Nobody cared about lizard people until V came out. Then suddenly lizard people were a thing.
Well, you know, it seems like at the same time, sometimes like, I'm trying to, like, sometimes television, right, becomes like reality. So take like Space Force, for example, like the actual United States Space Force.
Yeah.
Their logo is the Star Trek logo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like,
Right.
How freaking
I
dumb
mean,
are we?
That is kind of awesome, I think, though. They use the Star Trek logo.
But, like,
And
Ronald Reagan started Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah, right.
I mean, are they just feeding?
This is
I don't know.
something I believe that allows me to believe and not believe some stuff at the same time. I believe that anything we can come up with in our brains that can be formulated as an idea does exist on some dimension that we don't have access to. If you don't believe in ghosts, well, ghosts are an idea. That idea exists, and I think that somewhere in some dimension of some aspect of reality, it's manifest somewhere. And so ghosts do exist. They may not exist like down the street. But
Speaking of advertisers and ghosts,
yeah.
Mara Funeral Home right
that's
there. That's an advertiser.
I had
Let's do a funeral ambush.
I was actually, dude. Oh my God, look at that.
Holy shit! What is going on over here?
I do not know. We're gonna go straight down my road. Yeah, show a little love.
There's like a lot of activity over here. I don't know what you can see. First of all, that's animal control. Is fucking Bigfoot or something on the loose?
Yeah, Bigfoot's on the loose.
I mean, there's massive amounts of like emergency vehicles over there.
And animal control is over here, so yeah, I think there's Bigfoot on the loose.
I think I'm actually gonna go down this way, because who knows if this way's blocked off. Who
Yeah.
knows how far down that goes.
I noticed a lot of presence over here when we were first coming down too. Like,
That's crazy.
yeah, it's pretty wild. I don't know, who knows? Totally threw me for a loop though. I forgot what we were even talking about. And I know it was profound.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just real quick. Oh shit.
It's
I just
okay.
ran the red light.
You can run red lights when something else is going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take a step up. I want to make sure Mom's okay.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know what this actually is, so since it's by my house.
Well, I think we have enough material here. We're told to keep it shorter.
Yeah.
We're told to not do shout outs. So my only shout out is to Art Fredette and to Jesse, who couldn't make it here today. I had a good time with you. To Lavender and Seasons, definitely hit them up.
Art's gonna be like, you did shout outs.